there was one the other night, but I looked it up and it didn't say anything about there being one. I felt it slightly, but more so than I felt the shake, I got that, like, sensation.
Oh, yeah.
And it made me very paranoid. I don't like that when Cameron's not home. It scares me.
How long did it last?
The second one lasted like a good 30, 45 seconds. But man, does it feel longer than that while it's happening.
How long did the first one last?
The first one lasted probably like 20, 30. I don't know. I guess they probably lasted close to the same amount of time, but the first one like was pretty steady and like felt about the same the whole time it was shaking. And then the second one like started like that and then kept getting worse. Like it kept getting more intense.
Yeah.
The whole time it was going, and that freaked me out. That it kept like stuff started shaking around a lot, and then stuff, it makes it feel like more chaotic.
Did you happen to look out in the streets for people freaking out, or?
I was up in the apartment, and we face like another building, our windows do, so I can't really see the street. But Cameron was out on the street, he was on a skateboard, and he said, I mean, he had no idea. He said he just thought his legs were wobbly. He said he felt like he was like uncoordinated, and I called him and was like, "Did you feel that?"
Was there any damage in that area?
No.
Nobody reported any damage?
No. No, there wasn't any damage in like LA. I don't think. But I mean, I know like closer there was. I know there's been a few of them like close to the same area, but a lot of them have been at like 3, 4 in the morning. So like, we might just not feel them then, because we're asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it would probably have to be more so. The first one that happened, I was laying on the bed and Cameron was sitting on the couch, and they're like right next to each other. And at first, I thought Cameron had his foot on the bed and was like shaking his leg around, like bouncing his foot on the bed. And I looked back at him like kind of annoyed, like, will you stop bouncing your leg on the bed? And he was looking at me too. And then we were both kind of like, oh, it's an earthquake.
That would be weird.
It takes us, the first one especially took a second, but then it happened again like a day later, and it still took me a second, and then I like jumped up and was like, what do I do? It felt more exciting when Cameron was there, and then when I was alone, I was like, this is not exciting, this is terrifying.
Yeah, that would be. It's a weird sensation. That one time I felt it here, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's like an adrenaline-y kind of. That was the best way I could describe it. Was like it's almost like that feeling after you get like a little electrocuted, and you get that kind of like adrenaline-y, like.
It just felt like your equilibrium was off a little bit. Like you're just.
Yeah, like you feel like you're like walking sideways almost, like tilted. That's how I kept feeling, and I started pacing back and forth because I didn't know what to do. I kept being like, oh, just end.
Oh, jeez, look at this house. We're in Southfield. I'm driving down this house, and this house has got 2 giant gold lion statues.
Oh, God.
They're huge. They're like 5 feet tall and 10 feet long. There's 2 of them.
I always laugh at that. And when you're driving into Palmer Park, if you're on a Pontchartrain, like going And if you drive past Amory Street, there's that house that has the big dolphin statue out front. Have you ever noticed that? It's so weird.
I'll have to look for it next time.
It's like a big stone dolphin.
This house it's nothing spectacular, but it's freaking right in front. There's 2 giant lions. That's weird.
That's so weird. It's tacky.
Yeah, very.
Oh, I wish our building had a pool so bad. I wish I knew of a pool I could go to.
There's none around there?
I mean, I've never tried. There's like hotel pools that you can go to, but you like have to spend money there. I'm sure some of them you don't, but like I'm too scared to go by myself, at least the first time.
Well, you should get Cameron to go with you and try out a few and see if you can get in.
Yeah, there's a public pool. The Hollywood pool is like a 15-minute walk, and it's only like $3 or $4 to get in. I wonder if it's like always crowded. I feel like I would want Cameron to go with me once too, to see what it's like. I wonder if it's always probably like so packed though.
How many miles are you from the beach? Could you walk there, or is it too far to walk?
Oh, it would take like hours to walk there.
Yeah.
I think. The closest beach to us is like, I don't know, like Venice or Santa Monica, I would say.
Well, Venice is where all the crazies are, I think.
Yeah. I mean, Venice is like an interesting area. There's like a lot of crazies and a lot of funny people who like sit out on the what do you call that? The boardwalk?
Yeah.
It's not really a boardwalk though, it's just like a sidewalk.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They always
There's like
movies they always show people riding on
skateboards.
roller skates and
Yeah, there's lots of roller skates. There's a really big skate park right there too. It's crazy.
a bunch of weightlifters and stuff.
Yep, there's like a weightlifting area. Venice is fun to walk around. We'll take Frank there sometimes, but it gets really, really crowded.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Definitely not the best like beach. And I don't like Malibu's the best. The beach, there's just like not as many people.
Right.
And you're not like
not as many
in the
crazies.
city. Yeah. I like to get out of the madness.
Do they have panhandlers in Malibu?
No, it's crazy. Hollywood is like, they kick them out of everywhere but like Hollywood.
Yeah.
And like downtown LA, so that's where all the homeless people are.
How far is downtown
That's why
LA
there's-
from you?
I mean, it's probably like 5 miles, but it would take you like 25 minutes to drive there. So Santa Monica is like 11 miles from us. So it wouldn't be quite walking distance.
No, that would be a long walk.
Yeah. It takes pretty much 45 minutes to get to like any beach. In a car.
What's that smell?
Did Ricky fart?
No, it actually smells like flowers or something.
Huh?
Let's farting flowers.
Fart and flowers.
It smells good all of a sudden. I don't know what it is.
Huh. Cameron, we were talking, and Cameron was like, we should we should drive to Mexico at some point. Like, at first I was like, yeah, that would be cool. I've never left the country. And then I was like, you probably shouldn't drive to Mexico. That seems like a really bad idea.
You can't go to Mexico without a passport.
Well, we both have enhanced license.
Oh, do you?
You can go to Canada and Mexico with that. But I don't think you can, like, I don't think driving into Mexico is a good idea. I feel like they would pull you over and just, like, extort you for money.
Tijuana? Is that where you would probably be where you'd go?
That'd be the closest area, probably, yeah.
I heard it's pretty crazy down there.
Yeah, I feel like you just, like, get pulled over for something and they'd be like, we're gonna arrest you unless you give us all your money.
Yeah, you think the pickpockets and the panhandlers are crazy here. Wait till you get down there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that, I don't think. That's what it was. Cameron was like, what's Baja California? And I was like, I think that's in Mexico.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Baja, I think there's a Baja California too. It's like a strip that goes down the side. I don't know if it's like kind of like a peninsula that comes out in Mexico.
Yeah.
The main Baja is in Mexico, but I think there is a Baja California, which might be at the very top of it or something.
Huh.
I'm not sure though.
I'd like to, I don't know, I guess when it's not the middle of summer, we'll be able to, I don't know, it'd probably be a little better to explore some of the places. Because it's like 105 degrees anywhere south of us.
Yeah.
Or like east of us.
San Diego's supposed to be nice up year round. San Diego.
I know, San Diego's
like 80 every day.
San Diego has like the best zoo, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's one of the top ones in the U.S.
No, San Diego's not that far. It's like 3.5 hours.
That sounds about right. Maybe 4.
San Diego.
I don't know what else there would be to do there, though. I know
I don't either.
There's a military base there. Naval base. Miramar.
Oh, yeah? No, we're only 5 hours from Yosemite. I'd love to go there.
Yeah, that's pretty there. How far is it to Yellowstone?
Where is Yellowstone? What state?
Wyoming, I think.
Yeah, it is. Oh, that looks like it's far. Yeah, that's 15 hours away.
Yeah, that's right. What about Hoover Dam?
We passed the Hoover Dam on the way here.
Did you stop?
No. That's 5 hours away. Not as far as Vegas.
Yeah. It's not far from Vegas, I don't think.
When Cameron first got scammed out of that money, it was before the check bounced, but we knew it was gonna bounce. He kept saying, I'm just gonna take the $2,000 out and we're gonna go to Vegas and put it all on black.
Yeah,
I was like, you're so stupid.
Then you'll be 4,000.
Try and make it back.
Then you're 4,000 in debt.
That's what I said. He was just kidding, but now he keeps being like, let's just go blow it all in Vegas. Randomly. Take all the money from the business and go burn it all in Vegas. Then we'd be screwed.
Put it all on black.
But Blake pretty much like gave the business to Cameron.
Yeah, they paying him anymore?
mean, he's the highest paid person there. But, she's stepping back because her husband told her to.
So she doesn't harass him anymore?
Yeah, she is starting to back off. She's still kind of being involved right now because her husband is in Turkey for the next couple of weeks, so she's like got nothing to do.
Yeah.
Well, when he comes back, she's gonna have to like stop being there and involving herself with it because they're like pretty close to getting a divorce.
Yeah.
On the bright side, that business is like self-sustaining now,
Yeah,
which is good.
What would happen with her dad?
With David?
Yeah, isn't he living there too?
Yeah. Go back to Michigan. They both would have to. I don't know. I don't know what they would do. I don't think he would like put her on the street. But I don't know. It was sounding like they were for sure gonna get divorced, and then I guess he called Blake and wants her to come to Turkey for a little while he's there to try and work on things. So I don't know.
Is she going to?
She was undecided when I heard about it, but I mean, I'm sure she will. He's trying to fly out her and like their friend, their couple friend, like this guy and girl that they hang out with. So she has someone to hang out with while they're there. So last summer she went with them for a couple months, and by the end of it she was like miserable because everyone like speaks English, but everyone defaults to speaking Turkish because that's what they're most comfortable speaking.
Right.
So by the end of it, she's like, all right, I've just been sitting here, like, listening to people speak a language I don't know. Like, I'm ready to leave.
So is, what was I gonna ask you? Shoot, no, I forgot. There's something I wanted to ask about. What was it about? Turkey?
The business?
Complete blank now.
Well, what do you think of it? Let me know. Oh, alright. I'm gonna take a shower, I think. And eat some lunch.
Alrighty.
I love ya.
Love you too, baby.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It costs a ton of money anyway. How do you feed your dog to derive not only energy, but a good coat, bright eyes, and a great attitude?
Come to Dinovite for help.
DINOVITE.com.
I found his raw meat diet on Dinovite.com.
With just the raw meat and the eggs and the Dinovite and the Super Omega on top of it.
Try Super Omega Fish Oil.
Buy 2, get 1 free.
Ground beef, white rice, eggs, including the shells, and the Dinovite supplement, and then the Lico Chops.
Try Lico Chops. Buy 2, get 1 free.
It just balances out his body and his mind and his spirit.
Adding Dinovite to their diet has every single dog in my kennel looking better than they have ever looked.
Their skin is so much better now that they're on the raw diet. I don't even give them the kibble anymore.
DINOVITE.com.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket. Brought to you by Planet Fitness. Join for just $10 a month. Matthew Boyd will take the bump for the Tigers this evening. Wednesday, possibly for the last time in a Detroit jersey. He faces the Phillies to begin a 2-game series at Comerica Park and will be countered by Aaron Nola. Game time at 7:10 right here on 97.1 The Ticket. Meanwhile, for the second time in 13 times this season, Major League Baseball will be broadcasting a game exclusively on the internet. The only way to tune in to the Indians versus Blue Jays this evening will be via YouTube for their game of the week. The MLB Network production will start just after 7 o'clock with Trevor Bauer and Aaron Sanchez on the mound. And Darius Slay and Damon Harrison no longer considering a holdout as they seek new contracts from the Detroit Lions. They announced that they'll be present at the team facility tomorrow when veterans are set to report for training camp. From a Ticket Update desk, I'm Chris Villar. More at 5 or at 971theticket.com. You've got a question? We've got an opinion.
All right, ticket texting straight to the people. I'm with you. No, I don't feel bad for any athlete that's made $1 million or more. Mike, awesome rant. I don't necessarily like you, but that's the strongest stuff you've ever said. You're spot on. I respect that. You don't have to like me. It's about listening. You enjoy the show. Kudos, Mike. Spot on. Financial advisor here, and this is the best take you've had, Mike. It's sad how many people we come across that have a real income and have zero idea how to save a dime. Sadly, it's far more common than people realize. That's where we go. AP is not only an idiot, but he's a bad person. Thanks for saying it, Mike. The sad part is anyone that actually feels bad for him. Complete loser other than his physical talent. What's your great next? Let's go to Scott, 97.1. Scotty, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Good, bud.
I agree with you 100% because the fact of it, I was in that situation. I did all the work. That first year, that checkbook is mine. And then that first year, you get to go around the league and ask veterans who they went with and who you can trust. And even the NFL, you keep going back and forth. But if you want to buy your mom a house or your dad, obviously. But other than that, you write the checks. You write the checks. Don't trust someone to do it because there's too many scammers. And it seems such common sense for a common folk. Because if I had $2 million, I could live the rest of my life on that. And it's like, even after tax, we all know that. But you keep the check in your hands in the first year of your season. And that's all I got to say. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, no, listen, Scotty. I mean, there's a lot of ways to not end up where Adrian Peterson ended. It's insane. Go to John, 97.1. Johnny, how you doing, bud? Oh, okay. Let's go to Rich, 97.1. Rich, what's up?
Hey, Mike, long-time listener. I love your show.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I just want to say I agree with you 100%. I'm going to tell you, I'm a physician, but I came from nothing. My parents had very little money. I had to take loans to pay for medical school. I waited till I got married until after residency because I couldn't afford it. We lived in a very small house, drove 10-year-old cars until we could pay it off, and then we had kids. You know, so you don't have to come from money to know that what's right and what's wrong. And, you know, I know they have part of it is that they don't have the support of the family in a lot of cases, and I understand that. I had strong role models, but you know, they got to do the right thing. These guys make more in 1 year than we make in a lifetime of working.
Yeah, that's my whole point. You know, it's where I hate when the media always does the sympathy routine. Oh, what a sad story. And I'm sure Tom Rinaldi will be right out there ready to do a tearjerker about how Adrian got taken for his millions. Well, you know what? Be better. Same way you should have practiced a little bit safer sex there, pal. 7 kids from 6 women. Absolute absurdity. The average guy who's busting his ass to pay a mortgage and make sure his kids have jeans to go to school in doesn't give a damn about Adrian Peterson's problems. I don't know why we turn these athletes into sympathetic figures. There's bad people everywhere. You know what else is happening in this world? Scumbags are scamming senior citizens by phone. Okay? That I feel bad for. Some 86-year-old with dementia who ends up getting bilked out of her last $200 because some scumbag's operating a pay card scam. I'll feel bad for her. Go to Chris, you'll get the last word, and then we go to cocked and loaded pick of the day. Chris, it's all yours.
What's happening, Mike? How are you?
I'm good, pal. Talk to me.
I completely agree with you. I think it's such a tired narrative of how the athletes are such the victim, coming from nothing and then just being the complete victims of money and whatnot. I mean, it's a simple concept in life that if you only have a certain amount of money, you can only spend that amount of money. And if you do spend all that money, you're not going to have anything for the future. When you look at someone like Gronk, and supposedly he hasn't touched really any of his contract money, and I don't think that he's going to be on the steps of Mensa anytime soon. You don't have to be smart with your money. You just can't be dumb with your money.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's, Chris, you're right. It's amazing, too, is that we see it time and again, and I just can't figure out why. There has to be a common denominator, and it's simple. I just think some of these guys are just not smart. It's simple.
Yeah.
Like, it's the easiest thing to explain. The only common denominator is athletes. Okay, well, what do we make fun of athletes for? Oh, dumb jock, right? Gets pushed through school, doesn't take school serious, etc. Well, then you hand them a bunch of millions of dollars, and what? We think they're going to make a bunch of good decisions? I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those deals, Chris. I don't have a better answer. The kids thing, I've never understood. Sean Kemp with 12 kids. And I mean, I don't know any regular dude who's got 6 kids from 5 women. Don't know it. Haven't heard of it. Sure it exists. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but you get my point. I can rattle off a list of athletes who just can't keep the snake in the cage. But boy, in the real world, what, you think Powers has got 6 kids from 5 women? Get the hell out of here. Hey, David, how many kids and how many women? Oh, Ro, that's right. 2 from 1. You get my point? Like, it's just one of those things. Like, here's the common denominator. Go ahead, Mike. You had something to say.
I will say this. I do know in regular life some idiots that do have that situation. Not an athlete, not anything. They're just dumb.
Okay.
But it's not a common thing. It isn't a common thing. Adrian Peterson needs to be smarter. I will like to say that I'm waiting on the rest of the story, but here's the thing. With the history of him being dumb, I kind of believe that he's just dumb here.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And I'm not being a smartass. I'm being totally sincere. What could the rest of the story, what could be in the rest of the story that would make you feel sympathy?
No. I didn't say I'm going to feel sympathy at all. I said because he has a history of being dumb. But I'm saying the rest of the story could be, remember what happened with Drew Brees recently, where he bought jewelry, went to go get it appraised later on, and then realized he got taken. They raised the price on him, and it was nowhere near what he paid for it. I'm just saying things could happen, but I'm not ever going to feel bad for him because he has a history of being dumb.
Got it. Just needed to clarify. Sully, you were about to speak, and then we'll wrap this.
The word you used, I thought it was a good word to use, reckless, right? I mean, that's kind of just how he's been acting. And the other one that just comes to mind with me with this whole thing on every single level is just irresponsible. I think it's irresponsible with his behavior, with how many kids he has, with how many different women. It's also irresponsible, certainly, when you're just not managing your money anywhere near properly and trusting the wrong people.
All right, well, there you go. That's a wrap. We'll do the opposite of what Peterson never did. We'll wrap it up. 248-539-9797. Sully's cocked and loaded pick of the day. Another winner yesterday. I mean, he's approaching, 27 units of profit? I don't even know what to say anymore. You're either on board or you're not. Your vinyl windows took a beating this winter. They're warped, faded, impossible to open. They cost you a fortune on your energy bill. So what are you going to do? Line up and buy more of them? That would not be smart. This summer, get windows you'll never have to replace again. Magic fiberglass windows. Magic, 8 times stronger than vinyl, 3 times more energy efficient. You can paint it, you can customize it, and best of all, you just don't have to replace it. They're guaranteed for life. You tell Magic I sent you, you get a house full of windows, $129 a month, 2 years, no interest. That's right, tell them I sent you. Get a house full of windows, $129 a month, 2 years, no interest. And be confident you got the best windows for the best value and a lifetime guarantee back in. You book your free consultation at magicwindow.com. It's magic with a J. Window.com. It's Magic Window, built for you, built for life.
Going through a divorce? Thinking about handling it yourself? Don't take a chance with your future. Call the expert attorneys at Adam. 248-356-ADAM. 248-356-ADAM. 248-356-ADAM.
This is Jim Rome of the CBS Sports Sports Minute sponsored by the National Association of Realtors, who will stop at nothing to find you the perfect home. This past Friday, the NFL announced that Tyreek Hill would not be suspended following an investigation that started after law enforcement authorities went to his house twice in March to investigate child abuse and neglect. Then yesterday, the league announced the Seattle Seahawks defensive lineman Jaron Reed would be suspended 6 games for an incident in 2017. And in that case, Reed was never arrested or charged. So to quickly recap, Hill was not punished by the league in an incident that left a 3-year-old with a broken arm, and where there's audio of him making a threat to a woman he'd already pled guilty to assaulting, and Reed is suspended 6 games for an incident where he was not arrested nor charged. Why does Hill get none? There should be an explanation, and that's the problem. There is no explanation. It's only inconsistent and confusing. I'm Jim Rome.
Bungalow, apartment, flat, farmhouse, fort, lodge, cabin, cottage, chateau, palace, shack, crib, condo, shoebox, duplex, manor, mansion, McMansion, hutch, hut, pad, shanty, villa, castle, cave. No matter what you call it, a realtor knows how to find you the perfect home. We're more than an agent or app. We're trusted professionals serving you, your family, and community for over 100 years. That's not just what realtors do. That's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Paint pros know what you don't paint is just as important as what you do paint. So the Home Depot has bulk pricing on a full assortment of 3M painters, tapes, and paint essentials. Everything you need, every day. Like 3M Hand Masker Film and Scotch Painter's Tape. For the cleanest results on every paint job, 3M and the Home Depot have got you covered. With bulk price savings on 3M paint essentials. Every day, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. US only.
Hi, I'm Archie, a Pep Boys tech. You know, besides being a major component of ride comfort, your tires are also important for your vehicle's handling and braking ability. So if they're worn, you're not only compromising comfort, you're compromising safety.
Now through August 4th, save up to $100 after manufacturer mail-in rebate on 4 select Goodyear tires installed by a Pep Boys Pro. And that's not all. 1-year roadside assistance, alignment check, and lifetime tire rotation are all included for free. See restrictions at PepBoys.com.
So visit your local Pep Boys service and tire center today.
Recent storms have caused many outages, and DTE is working to restore power as quickly as possible. Of course, the most important thing is your safety. If you see a downed line, report it through your DTE app or call 800-477-4747. Remember, stay at least 20 feet away. Don't touch anything near it, and keep kids and pets away too. Yes, an outage is inconvenient, but together, we can keep it safe. DTE. If your power is out, a generator can make things easier. But DTE wants you to know how to keep your family safe. Never ever use a portable generator inside your home. It emits carbon monoxide, which can be deadly. Keep it outside, away from windows and doors, so the fumes won't come in. Read the manufacturer's safety instructions and follow them. Generators can make outages more bearable, but please, use them safely. DTE.
The Detroit Tigers host the Philadelphia Phillies. Pre-game tonight at 6:45 on 97.1 The Ticket.
All right, we should rename it Sully Makes You Money, but it's a cocked and loaded pick of the day. Go ahead, Michael.
It's 4:45. Not getting any action at home? Has Sully laid it down for you?
Bangkok 96.
It's Mike Sullivan's cocked and loaded pick of the day.
I'd love to get that poll, for sure. Man, today's a tough one. This MLB card. But what we're going to do is look at the Mets-Padres game tonight. That's right, Mets-Padres. And over-under, currently at 9 runs. Okay, we're going to actually go the under with this. And you know, you look at the Mets hosting their first home game since the All-Star break. Overextended bullpen. I don't know, I just see this game going under. Under 9 runs. Lean on the under here. Both teams having Monday off. Does not pay dividends, that's for sure. So we're going to go under 9 runs for the Mets, Padres. The under's also 5-0 in the Padres' last 5 overall. Here's what we're going to do. We're at 27.5 units. Let's try to get up to 30. 3-unit play. 3-unit play, under 9 runs
here's what I worry about. I worry that this has gone so well for you. And mind you, it's been a couple of months. And it's no smoke and mirrors. Every bet is documented. There's no games. There's no nonsense. There's a limitation on what you can bet. There's no 100 units. It's 1 to 5 units. A unit is whatever you decide it to be. $20. It could be $100. That's up to the bettor's preference. We just deal in the unit by unit number. I worry that you're either a savant or this is going to get gnarly for football, where all of a sudden now nobody's giving you some props and juice, and the next thing you know, Sully's only 6 units up.
I know.
I worry because look, man, you've been killing it.
And you guys have helped when I've been
gone.
But I'm sure you will later this week when I have some time off.
But the primary really is, this has been a really good segment. I mean, it's not easy to do what you're doing. And it's not, and again, you're forced to pick a game every day when you're limited to baseball or golf. You know, you're limited to some NBA prop bets, different things. Look, football season, it's going to present better opportunities.
Oh, no question. I don't want to bet on any of these MLB games tonight, but I have to pick something. And people can joke and laugh about the over-unders. That's what's been working, so that's what we're going to keep doing.
Yeah, no, I'm not making fun of it at all. I do worry about potential fallout because right now, Mike, if you're doing this well, it just kind of gets to a point of, well, wait, is he just this good?
The tough thing is, with Vegas, with sports betting, it always has to find a way to even out a little bit. So let's hope we don't have any crash and burn here. But, you also got to be smart, too. I'm not... Okay, if I lose tonight, then I'm down to just under 25 units that I'm up. And if we win tonight, then we're over 30 units. So either way, we're still in good shape. But, yeah, you gotta be smart with it somewhat.
248-539-9797. But keep an eye on it. I think it's really good stuff, and certainly that's kind of part of what, obviously we have our regular podcast, and we're going to do a spin-off to it. So Always Aggravated will continue to drop on Wednesdays. I don't think we'll alter that, but the second pod each week, what I wanted to do is, with sports betting being where it's at, and with football where it's always been, it's the perfect marriage to essentially take Cocked and Loaded and turn it into a spin-off pod. So we're going to do a second pod week before football season to the week after the Super Bowl. It'll be all college and pro football from a betting perspective. Talk about the totals. Talk about the lines, the point spreads. If you like our picks on Friday, you'll love this. And that way you're getting 2 things each week. I mean, clearly I'm not going to do a deep dive on Tulsa playing Rice on a Tuesday at 5 p.m., but on Cocked and Loaded, I can. Sully may like a total from a Pac-12 game. We're going to talk about it. And I'm not committed to guessing yet. The guess thing sounds good in theory, especially when you're doing a pod 3 times a week, 4 times a week, but when you're doing a once a week, or you're doing a spin-off once a week, not so sure I want to give 20, 30 minutes to what someone else has to say when the whole purpose is for us to do our thing. So, not committed to, and plus, gambling experts do you really want to hear from? I mean, what am I supposed to do? Exhume the body of Jimmy the Greek? I'm not sure I want to go there. I like talking about this stuff. Sully's proven his chops on this. David will be our crack researcher, and we're going to get David to gamble. We've already tapped into Greater Life Church. We've opened their coffers. David is bankrolled for football season. To me, it's going to be perfect for football. So you'll get Always Aggravated once a week. You'll get Cocked and Loaded once a week. And look, it'll be 2, 3 things to listen to. And the goal will be, 45 minutes is the sweet spot from the analytics. That's where you get your best time spent listening. That's where they do better. I know a lot of people are like, give us an hour and 15. People don't last an hour and 15 minutes. So the 45 minutes will be split between pro and college, and rap, sports, betting, and certainly track it and have a good time with it. Yeah, David.
Just for accuracy's sake, nobody's coffers have been open for me to use.
I already talked to your uncle.
It's not happening.
He already told me. I was down there, I was wearing 2 bow ties like he wears. He handed me the bag. No? Okay. Roberto, we were talking about Greater Life bankrolling David for cocked and loaded.
That seems logical.
Well, I mean, that's how you end up with the copper roof, like the fancy churches.
Can I give a little promo for the podcast coming out tomorrow morning?
Sure, the hell with it.
We will tell you the reason why we believe the state of Michigan needs a brown license plate.
Oh.
Make sure you listen.
Oh, indeed.
Good podcast tomorrow. A lot of good stuff.
Indeed. Fair enough. I'm glad Roberto's very excited. It's not what you think. So yeah, there you go on that. Ticket text. I'm never going to see a mill. I got to be sad about a guy who made 120 of them? No. My 38-year-old cousin who gets drunk all day has more sense than AP. The players are taught by other players and agents not to trust the NFL or the owners. The players who make the most seem to have the least sense. And Noah guy. Yeah, I guess. What I would say is the owners are billionaires. You're millionaires. Find out who takes care of the billionaires' money. A measly 4% interest on 50 mil is $2 mil a year to live off of without ever touching the base. It's pathetic, Mike. That's from Tony. And it happens, but it's not all that common. I do payroll and had to process, oh my God, 8 friend of the court rights for 9 kids for a guy making just over minimum wage filling in the road. I mean, at what point do you just neuter them? Like, this thing is fully weaponized. You can't pay for these kids. Society has to pay for them. At what point is Bob Barker out there with that little microphone saying, please remember to neuter and spade your pets? Like, dude, this thing can't keep doing that thing. You gotta stop. We gotta take these. What?
Listening to that, I blame all parties in that situation. What is he doing, and what are these ladies doing? Just, come on now.
Here's a question.
Yourself, please.
Here's a question. What was Tom Brady doing?
Well,
we'll talk about it next. 97.
And what I'll talk to you about right now is Coppercraft Distillery. That's right. If you're certainly down at Comerica Park, here's Mike Sullivan. You want to swing by the right field bar, you just can't miss Coppercraft Distillery. You're going to see the sign as soon as you walk in Comerica Park. Great opportunity to try a great Michigan product, and a product that's been winning a ton of awards, especially for their straight bourbon whiskey, and their canned cocktails becoming extremely popular this summer as well. Canned gin and tonic, canned whiskey lemonade. Coppercraft has a fantastic line of great products, and certainly when you're at your local retailer, your local liquor store, your local restaurant, make sure you ask if they have Coppercraft so you can try for yourself. Coppercraft Distillery, learn more, coppercraftdistillery.com. Of course, check out their social media as well. Coppercraft Distillery in Holland, Michigan.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Polka Restaurant and Beer Cafe. There's still a big problem in Dearborn, 94 westbound at Michigan Avenue and Amsterdam leaves only the left lane open. Traffic is backed up now from the Lodge. Also, a disabled vehicle is adding to the drive on 696 eastbound at Cousins. It's blocking the left center lane. And tire debris is affecting the center lane on 94 westbound at Telegraph.
Professor Ed here from the Polish Market, right next door to Polka Restaurant and Beer Cafe in Troy, and what locals call Little Warsaw. Enjoy the European foods like Mom and Grandma made. Visit GoPolka.com.
I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ's 24-hour traffic center.
At CarMax, when we say we buy all the cars, we mean it. Over the last 20 years, we've purchased millions of cars from coast to coast. In the last year alone, we bought a mountain of Mercuries, an armada of Nissans, a ton of Titans, an ocean of Pacificas, and a sea of Siennas. Not to mention a few Hellcats and a couple of Tornadoes. So no matter what you're selling, CarMax is buying. And we'll buy your car even if you don't buy ours. CarMax, we buy all the cars.
I'm going to tell you something personal. I take Metamucil, and it's so amazing it makes me want to tell strangers on the radio. Metamucil is made from psyllium fiber, a naturally sourced plant-based fiber that traps and removes the waste that weighs you down. I take it every day, and it helps me feel lighter and ready to take on the world. So if you feel sluggish, it might just be your digestive system not working like it could. So try it for yourself, and then tell everyone you know. Or not. Metamucil. Feel what lighter feels like.
Tigers are on Fox Sports Go. See you later! Stream Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit and Fox Sports Go. And give yourself the best seat in the house.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Capura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? When a tornado is tearing through town? Or a hurricane strikes? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. And it's not always as simple as using your cell phone. That's why now is the time to take action. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Spend an amazing evening with Mr. Tiger, Al Kaline, Thursday, July 25th in the Tiger Club at Comerica Park. All guests will receive a signed photo with the Hall of Famer, plus enjoy a great Q&A session hosted by John Warden. Limited seats available. Go to tigers.com/Kaline. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. This is 97.1. The Ticket. Foundation Systems of Michigan. A couple of key Lions defenders will report to training camp on time. Darius Slay and Damon Harrison confirmed they will not hold out after demanding new contracts from the team. Meanwhile, other teams are already underway for their preseason festivities, including the Chiefs and their star quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who enjoyed his offseason but is ready to get back to slinging it.
I got to do a lot of things that I've dreamed about doing, aligning myself with a lot of great partners and traveling to places and to games that I've always watched on TV. And so it was really cool to kind of absorb all that stuff. We get to do it with a lot of teammates and friends and be a part of that. But now I'm glad now to be in St. Joe's, playing football and focusing on football all the time, all day long.
Mahomes put up 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns last season and says he's ready for an encore. News from elsewhere in the NFL, Adam Schefter reporting that the Bengals are signing wide receiver Tyler Boyd to a 4-year extension with $43 million. Boyd eclipsed 1,000 yards with 7 touchdowns last season. And Matthew Boyd slated to take the mound for the Tigers tonight as the MLB trade deadline draws closer and his name continues to appear among rumors. He'll face the Phillies at Comerica Park. They'll win 5 of the last 8 games and will counter with their ace Aaron Nola. A 7:10 p.m. first pitch in downtown Detroit that can be heard right here on 97.1 The Ticket pregame at 6:45. ESPN putting out an article on the most likely players to be traded. Boyd was placed in the long shot category due to his desirable contract and extremely high asking price by the Tigers. From the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Millar. For more, go to 971theticket.com.
On this show, we don't see race. We never see race. We don't try to promulgate a race. Today, and we are going to create a race war today. Who is your all-time favorite black players?
We don't like those people.
Just annoying.
Here's a good one. I didn't like this guy either, but it was one player, and it was Zion Williamson. And the other guy I was thinking about, Blake Griffin.
Buddy Hurley played hard. He was a champion. He was an all-white American. Christian Laettner is one of the greatest white collegiate players ever. Why is it that we all hate black players?
White fans sit there and see other white players excelling, and they think, well, maybe I can do that, but they can't.
Alexa, I'm going to kill my wife.
Oh, my. Hour number 4. Good to have you with us. So, I got to bring in David and Roberto on this because this is one of these 2019 things that I just don't get. Tom Brady. Everybody knows Tom Brady. Put a video out there. He's on vacation with the kids. Where is it? Costa Rica? it is? Where is it? What is it with Costa Rica? I thought the only people who went to Costa Rica were if you're running from the law.
Yes, that's correct.
They're in Costa Rica. All right, well, listen, Tom Brady probably owns Costa Rica. He do whatever he wants. But he posts a video of him jumping off a cliff into some water. David, take me through this now. Now, look, he had his daughter there. How old is his daughter? 6 years old?
6 years old, yes.
All right. People are in a furor over this. Now, you need to explain to me why. I watched the video. I don't know what to say. Dad is there. He didn't throw the daughter in. He didn't laugh. He jumped in with her.